It's easier to handle the heat and humidity when you know some relief is on the way.
Yeah, and the breeze helps too. At least the wind's stirring around a little bit, but all this is kind of in that process of changing. We are tracking a cold front moving into the area this evening and tonight, and with that a few late evening and overnight showers and storms will be possible. It does look to be scattered at this point, not widespread severe, but we'll keep an eye on any of those as they start to strengthen for a while this evening. Overall, though, a break in the heat for the middle of the week. That's that good news that allows us to cool down a little bit, but as soon as we cool down for a couple of days, we'll be tracking the return to heat as we head into the upcoming weekend. Nothing intense, but certainly hot once again with low, maybe a few mid-90s, but mainly lower 90s, and that humidity returning as well with some scattered clouds. It does look like another break is already showing up, perhaps toward the middle of next week, something to keep in mind as the heat returns. It's not going to be for a long period of time. Partly cloudy right now from our Spring Creek Golf Course Seneca cam. Still mostly sunny, 96 in Topeka. South winds at 14 miles per hour. The southern two-thirds of the area still has that south wind. Here's that front we've been tracking. Slow progress, nearly stationary. It's not moving much. Out ahead of it, that's where the temperatures are the highest. Behind it falls back into the 80s. Again, we're on the ahead of it side. Still, it's not here yet. Although the winds have turned to the north and it's down to 91 at Concordia. It's still 100 at Manhattan, 95 Holton. Forbes Field sitting at 98, as is Emporia. And the heat index still generally near 105 for the eastern counties and upper about 105 to 110 range over the western counties, very close to the front itself. It hits 110 at Marysville and Manhattan. Southerly winds, all of that heat and humidity moving up, hits that front. It's stalled out currently over the northwestern counties, and with that we're tracking the potential for a storm or two to develop, as well as a break in the humidity. It's going to take a while. Watch this slow movement southward, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Through the day tomorrow keeps pushing south and considerably lower humidity. Not be entirely dry, but drier, and that'll be noticeable, that you'll feel that difference in the air. Several boundaries out there. These ones farther to the west, that's what we're going to be keeping a very close eye on, tracking the potential for a stray thunderstorm to develop along it this evening as it pushes to the southeast. This is about 7:30, maybe a couple of thunderstorms right along that frontal boundary as it slowly pushes southward. We may actually start to see favorable conditions along and north of the front late tonight into tomorrow morning. So we'll get a morning shower, a thunderstorm left over from some overnight storms. 85 though for the high tomorrow in Topeka and Manhattan, 86 at Emporia, slowly clearing out and slowly drying out of the humidity as well, really making for a comfortable day. Tomorrow 85 the high, 63 Thursday morning with a high of 88. We heat up over the weekend into the low 90s, perhaps all the way through Monday. But as we head into Monday night, early Tuesday, another front will push in, and temperatures should fall back down into the 80s once again. Perhaps a few showers or storms along or ahead of that front early next week as well. So, you look at the big picture of this. We've kind of passed the peak. We usually think late July. That's kind of the peak of this summer heat when you look at the averages. So we're past the peak of it, and we're starting to slide down toward the cooler side of the cooler half of the year. So that's obviously one thing to look at, but also a couple breaks in the heat more noticeable in the short term. One tomorrow and another one early next week.
It always comes along just when you think you can't take any more.
Yeah, that's always nice when it does arrive then.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
Thanks, Matt.